Squirrels. Well, good morning. We've left Cave-in Rock. We had a lot of fog earlier, so we didn't come on, but
you can see it in the distance.
yeah, you can see in the distance out there. We are headed towards kind of an interesting place. It's a Native American, historically a Native American site. Goes all the way back before the Mississippian culture, they think. So well over 1,000 years it's been operational, and it's essentially salt mine. I guess it's springs that are salty. It goes back to the Native Americans using it, trading it with other groups in the area. In fact, they said they found stuff at those Kincaid Mounds that we did, what was that, a couple days ago, I guess.
Yeah, that originated here. So
yeah, it's called the Illinois Salines Historic Site. And one of the really interesting things about the site is that Illinois was a free state, and they got statehood in 1818, but they made an exemption
in their constitution
for the saline works here, as well as near Old Shawneetown, which we'll be going to later, because they could make a third of their they made a third of their revenue off these salt springs. So I thought it was kind of interesting that
they continued to use slaves.
Right. And even after in 1825, apparently the exemption for slavery was
the exemption expired.
But then they had the indentured servitude there. So who knows?
It's hard to tell what road to be on.
Yeah, I think we're on the right road. All right, well, we'll see you hopefully when we get there. It was very confusing directions, but I think I have it on the GPS. Yeah, we're on our way out to the Salines here. This says we arrived.
Going around this curve.
Well.
See it better from this direction.
So. We have turned around. We went
some Illinois directions.
We got some Illinois directions. Too bad I didn't get him on tape. It was great. So I said, "Where's the Illinois Salines?" And he goes, "Well, you go about 3/4 back around this road here, and then you kind of go like this, and then you kind of go like that, and then there's this wooden box on the side." And then he says, "If you have your window open, you'll smell it." He says, "We just had some rain, and it smells really putrid." Hillbilly talk and Southern Illinois directions.
Have to wait till we go like this, and then like that, and then like that.
It was pretty funny how he did it.
Yeah.
And he had the whole body English. A really nice guy. I mean, I'm not making fun of him. It was just funny. He was laughing.
I think he was laughing at the thought that we wanted to go see it.
That's probably true.
There's a little old box.
Well, this isn't quite exactly what I was expecting to find here at the Illinois Salines. It's hard to imagine that they had anything, and that a third of the revenue of the state back in the early 1800s came from this place. So let me turn the camera around. You can see the wonderful operation here. All right.
Yeah, this is all. We probably had this all, was dug up.
Yeah.
That must be the little box he was referring to. It's full, I can tell, like a stock tank.
Well, look at the water there. It looks different color that's coming out of it. This was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get across. Actually, we could smell stuff from the road. He said it would smell putrid. Oh yeah. Huh. So, apparently this is the brine spring here. You can see over here, it looks pretty salty. I mean, if you look at the waters that are coming down from here, it's all just kind of muddy, mucky, but then when you get here, it turns white, and this has kind of a light color to it. And then if you go down further, I was looking, yeah, look at this, the milky.
They would boil the brine down into soft.
Yeah, look at this. Wow. That's cool.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm kind of sinking in the mud here, so I'm not staying here long, folks. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Oh, that's awesome.
A little more solid over here.
Whew.
Yep, it is
Aromatic.
briny. Beautiful.
Just kind of cool, huh? It was really interesting too, is that when we were reading the description of the slavery here, they said when it was slave operated, as if
They had any choice in the matter.
or made any money from it. That's cool. Well, our first stop of the day, I wouldn't call it a dud. It's actually quite beautiful, you know. I was expecting, I don't know why, I guess, I don't know, the time they took the photos here or something, that it was going to be a bit more extensive of an area or something, but yeah, I mean, initially I thought, wow, what a bust, but it's absolutely gorgeous here. All the formations here and the brine below the box of salt. And from here we're going to be off to Old Shawneetown. It's right on the Ohio River, and one of the reasons it's pretty much there's a Shawneetown up the way from it is that it flooded out back in can't remember. We'll have it
37 maybe?
1837 maybe. So anyway, we'll be getting back in the car and heading off to Shawneetown, Old Shawneetown. So we're now coming into the town of Old Shawneetown. And this building off to the left here, we'll come back and we'll get out and take a shot at that. But interesting thing about this town, number one, it's the oldest town in Illinois. It's the only city in the country that shares something with Washington, D.C. And that's that it's they're the only two cities that are chartered by the U.S. rather than just by the states in which they're located. But yeah, I think we're going to stop here and get out and take a look at some of these buildings. All right, so we have the old City National Bank here building. Oh, I'm sure nothing's open here. Look at these massive curbs. So one of the things I mentioned that this was the oldest town in Illinois, but the reason why it was chartered by the U.S. government is that it was the administrative center for the Northwest Territories. Oh, this is cool. It's probably an old horse ring. So it was an important administrative area for the Northwest Territories, and it's said that Lewis and Clark stopped here. Hog Daddy's Saloon. Now, the last time we were here, it might have been open, and I think actually there might have been some sort of festival going on here in town. It's a great building. It was interesting. Another story about the town was that when they opened up the bank, and I don't know if I think it might have been the first one I showed you, the bank manager would not buy the bonds issued by the town of Chicago because he felt that no town would survive that wasn't on a major waterway. So it's pretty funny. Let's go and walk up on the steps. So it doesn't say we can walk up. Wow, massive, huh? Let's see what we can see up here. Man, look at these columns here. Massive, massive columns here. Love these levees out here too. I can see those from here. Great place. Well, hopefully this thing will focus in there. Got a little fireplace. Something was there straight ahead. You can see the lath for the lath and plaster. So off out there from the steps here to the levee and the bridge. All right, so we're walking over to the old Texaco station here. Now, another visitor to the town, from what I understand, was General Lafayette. And we are actually going to be at a commemorative site for him a little later today.
So the
Oh,
bank and museum, the other old bank is down this way.
okay. Yeah, it's got the little Minutemen here. I'll give you some signs. I'm not going to stay on them real long. So if you want to read them, pause the video. So I just had to mention here, when you read that sign I just showed you that talks about going to the town near equality, right? That the Salines near equality. Really interesting that the town right next to where they had the slavery, the only slavery in the entire state, is called Equality. So what can you say? Not going to stay long. And again, please stop it if you want to read it, because I'm not going to stay here long. I know a lot of people want to read them and a lot of people don't. So, and the old Texaco station. Bet this wasn't here when Lewis and Clark stopped here. These old gas stations are so cool. I've always thought if you could find one out in a nice neighborhood. There were some in Portland when I lived there, with one of these nice big awnings and a building like this, and it's on a corner. Have a nice little cafe, outdoor seating, indoor seating. It's like they're just made for that. I'm gonna walk up onto the levee here, so I'll see you up there. I'm right up here at the levee. It looks like berm back there, primarily about as high as this wall. And then we have this wall on top of the berm. Now, looking at the river down there, I'm gonna guess it's at least 20, 30 feet, if not more, below where I am. And to think it flooded this town. But I wanted to see these buildings. I never been up here before. So, yeah, kind of interesting. The columns. We've seen a lot of columns on buildings, sometimes appropriately and sometimes not so much. Yeah. We'll go down and read about this next place. It's got a plaque. Place we just passed, I didn't see any plaques. Great building, huh? Maybe a hotel? Don't know. You can see in there. Just a big room. Let's go down. Yeah, it looks like the stairs there. Oh my God, I don't believe this. It's almost open. Yeah, it's got a latch inside. Man, I thought I was gonna get in. Okay, I'll walk down the berm here. Standing in front of that building we were just at, which apparently was Rawlings Hotel. Let's see what's on the other side. Same thing. Okay. Again, I'm not going to stay on it long. Feel free to stop. Well, that's not totally clear because the building doesn't look like it was destroyed by fire, as they said in, what was it, 1904 fire. We're gonna drive down the way here. There's supposed to be the original bank for this area down the way. So we're gonna drive there and we'll see you there. All right, so we drove down here to the end of town, and this was the first bank built here in town. And I guess maybe he lived there too. And I think this is the guy that wouldn't buy the Chicago bonds, the one that had this place. I'll walk up around this way. Well, wonder what it is. Oh, it's a plow. Some sort of a plow. Okay. Tent City, what's that about?
After the flood.
Oh. I don't know. Oh, you're getting the bug. He was getting the grasshopper. So yeah, Tent City. And if you can read it, great. I can't even get down that far.
In commemoration of the families that lived in Tent City after the devastating flood of 1937, a 15-acre strip of the Finney Austin farm was used to erect a tent colony to house Gallatin County flood refugees.
All right, again, going to go down fairly slowly, but stop it if you really want to read it. All right. Okay, so interesting stuff. Now it's funny, we've driven through Shawneetown several times, and again, we're discovering more stuff on this trip than we ever have before. Okay, well, I guess that's Old Shawneetown, and it's kind of interesting. I mean, it's great. Doing a vlog is really maybe like research things more, and like I said, we have seen so many things in the last few days that we've never seen before. I mean, we've driven through this town, but we didn't really know a whole lot about the history or anything, just more looky-loos. So we'll see you guys at the next stop. I'm not sure what it is. We'll see. All right.